Now, one team with the whole Deshaun Watson sweepstakes that isn't being talked about enough is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, you're probably thinking, they have Big Ben. He's signed to a deal. But certainly, you watched that last playoff game that Big Ben played in, and you tell me the Steelers aren't thinking about moving off of him. The Steelers are a stable organization with a great head coach. Tell me they wouldn't think about it. Now, do they have the draft capital to make it happen? I'm not sold they do. They have a great organization with a stable coach. Mike Tomlin isn't going anywhere. And they have some of the best weapons in the NFL. Their wide receiving core, they have 3 legit wide receivers, and what seems like they find a new one every single year in the 3rd round who can play, a great tight end, and one of the best defenses in the NFL. Now, Bud Dupree was injured. There certainly was some injuries on their defense, but that defensive line is seriously scary. Can you imagine Deshaun Watson with those weapons on offense, a great defense, a great coach in Mike Tomlin, and a stable organization? Tell me that doesn't make sense. Like, am I crazy here? Because I think this is something that no one is talking about. Pittsburgh wants to move on from Ben Roethlisberger. Could they trade him to Houston? Throw in a few first-round picks over the next 2 or 3 years? Who cares? Go out and be aggressive. They certainly have the talent, particularly on defense, to stay relevant. But do you want to be a 10-6 team every year? Or do you want to be a 12-4 team? A 13-3 team competing for Super Bowls? Pittsburgh, if I'm Pittsburgh GM right now, I make a move for Deshaun Watson. I give up Ben Roethlisberger and 2 first-round picks. Do the Texans say no to that? I don't see how they do. You get Ben Roethlisberger, who's aging, as well as 2 first-round picks to add to your draft capital. Certainly an interesting situation. No one's talking about this, and I don't know why. Now, if Ben Roethlisberger switches to Houston, Deshaun Watson to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think Deshaun Watson says yes to this. As I said, Mike Tomlin, stable head coach, stable organization, stable GM, a great ownership, great weapons at wide receiver and tight end, a great defense. Now, the only thing they don't have is a running game, and I'm sure they can fix that. They can go find a decent running back in the 2nd or 3rd round. They're not hard to find. Tell me I'm not going crazy.